Yeah, so my town, even though I was in my town when I first came home and all the cooperation thing came out, but my town is not the same anyways, and it just doesn't seem for me to have anything there anymore. You know what I mean?
Joe, nothing's the same no more. Like
Right.
you grew up in the heyday of what organized crime was and what
Yep.
neighborhoods were and everything. Nothing is the same. When we grew up as kids, forget about it. Throw that all out the window. When you
Oh
see
my God.
this today, I mean, it's just they'll never get those times. I hope they come back.
It would be nice. I mean, look, I had to walk down one block. It took me almost an hour just to walk down one block because I had to stop at this guy's stoop who's sitting out on their porch. You got to pay respects. You got to say hello.
You could leave the doors open. You never had to lock your door.
Yes.
There was no, none of that. People
No.
post on the street selling drugs. I mean, yeah, you sell like drugs, but not in a way like that.
Not in
Where
that area.
the and the everything was just the neighborhoods weren't ghettos. I grew
No.
up in Springfield, and I grew up in Six Corners, and they say, "Oh, it's a ghetto," but when I grew up there, it was a neighborhood. It was
Yes.
I think it's coming back to that too. Like people are starting to realize, like take pride in them in their homes and where they come from.
Well, in Harlem, and it was supposed to be all blacks. It was low. It was like they said, "Oh, don't go there. It was scary." Now Harlem is
Yeah.
they have it. Yeah, they call it South Manhattan now because
Yeah.
they don't even call it Harlem. I can't call it that, but they have yuppie people going there, doctors' offices. I was involved with some construction projects, revamping and refurbishing all the apartment buildings for offices. So that completely changed too. So,
Yeah.
it's nice when you see things turn around and build back up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And they're starting, I think, with like in Boston, the same thing. I used to go to South Boston in the 90s. They had
Mhm.
projects there. The houses were the same houses that I went to back then were for 100,000 are worth 2 million today. A million,
Yeah, something here there was when I used to live in the city. I lived in Manhattan called the Flatiron District. So as I would drive down there, these apartment buildings, you couldn't buy them for 200,000. They were junk. Now they're over 1.5 million.
Oh yeah.
If I knew, I would have bought 10 of them.
Oh,
Because that money was, our money was easy. And if
yeah.
I was a little smarter to make more investments, I would have. You know what I mean? But
Absolutely.
that is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, we took we chose our lives. Prison
Yeah.
kind of interrupted us, and we kind of
Yep.
like with me actually, it did because I had a lot of legitimate deals in real
Yep.
estate, I mean, huge deals. But when I did come home in 17, if you the market was you still could have bought good if you bought real
Yes.
prior to
Yep.
COVID. There was the same, like you could buy a 30 unit building and you would be paying like say 100,000 per unit, maybe
Right.
less. Now try to get that 30 unit building and they're up to like over 200,000 per unit for
Well,
the
and
same.
that's still, yeah, and that's 17 years later. I mean, 13 years later from when you came home. So that was still
No,
a good investment, no?
in 17 I came home.
Yeah, 2017. So now 25. So that's
Yeah,
about 13 years ago. So that's
no,
still pretty good, right?
yeah,
Good,
no,
good. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So listen, like you said, we're products of our environment, but thank God we had a little bit of, you know what
Yeah,
I mean? Because I
absolutely.
think you probably got that from your dad. He had the fruit store, vegetable store, whatever it was.
He got the fruit and produce. He was like
Yeah.
one of the largest small businesses in our area. He was doing like 70, 80,000 back in the 70s and all
Wow,
cash. So as a little kid,
that's good
I'm
money.
helping him, put all the money together in
Right.
$20,000 wraps, the money be all over the bed. So I was around money since I've been 5 years old, helping him. And he was one of the biggest wine grape distributors. That's why I'm proud to
Wow.
wine business because we made
Smart.
your family made your own wine too. It's like that was like a culture. Italian
Yeah.
makes their own wine and everything. So I was drinking homemade wine since I've been 5 years old.
Oh
My
yeah, yep.
yeah,
And we kept the barrel because the barrel you use the same. Yeah, and then we used to have our own vinegar too. And my grandfather used to make the
yeah,
pig knuckles in the vinegar juice.
exactly. Well, the wine ends up turning to the vinegar,
Yes, exactly.
everything, and now you got to and it
Wait,
makes
hold on.
it's the best on the salad though. I love that.
Oh my God, Anthony, my lips would turn white from eating the salad because the vinegar was so strong. Because I love the taste of it though, and
Yeah.
that balsamic vinegar doesn't shine a candle to that vinegar.
Oh my God, no way, not that vinegar. That's
No.
the red wine vinegar. You know,
Oh
that's
my God, yeah,
onion.
that's real shit. Yep.
Oh yeah.